for the last 6 years, I've been a management consultant. I retired from active practice, and when I retired from active practice, it probably was a good thing because I'd been starting to show some signs and symptoms of mental health problems, and I actually very rapidly declined. So I had a complete mental and physical breakdown. And what happened during this rehabilitation process is I started, like all veterinarians are jacks of all trades. They like to do it yourself or fix things. So along with the medical help that I sought, I tried to find ways to help myself on a more permanent basis. My wife was the first one who suggested that I look at something called mindfulness. There's something called mindfulness-based stress reduction, and that's based on meditation practices and mindfulness, which means to be in the present moment without judgment. And as I learned these things, what happens is you start getting exposed to other people that are on journeys of self-improvement. Amazingly, I was still able to help others while I was suffering terribly. I think this is kind of a hallmark for veterinarians. So as I continued to struggle and work on my own self-improvement, I still was a management consultant and quite successful helping other people grow the business side of their practice. But what I started to find out, Brendan, is the reason that people weren't successful was they weren't happy. They weren't happy at all. And the more questions I asked, the more I found how darn unhappy and stressed and anxious people were. And I thought, well, what a coincidence. So am I. And I'm taking this in, these courses and so on. So by this point, I'd taken a number of courses on mindfulness, and I was practicing it. And it became clear to me that people needed more coaching than they needed consulting.